Hey guys, Jimmy Davis here. I'm trying something a little bit different this time around with an audio-only update announcement video type thing. But, I just figured there's really no reason to make this an actual video. I don't need to try to find time to do this. It'll save time with editing. I'll just have to do some minor audio edits here and there. And originally I wanted to do this video, this audio clip, this podcast, I guess, whatever you'd want to call it, audio cast. I wanted to do it on Christmas. But I guess it makes a little bit more sense to do it at the end of the year, the beginning of 2016. So, yeah, because I just wanted to give some thank yous, shout-outs, and that kind of thing, because even though I've been doing videos, since October of 2014, I do kind of feel like this is, my first full year. Well, I mean, it is. 2015 is my first full year, but I feel like I started in 2015, even though I did start in October. But, October of 2014. But actually, I'm looking at it just now, and I guess December 31st of 2014, I only actually had 30 subscribers, which, I'm not complaining about that. I would still be making videos if that's all I had, but compared to what I have when I'm making this video, I'm recording this on the 28th, but what I have right now currently is 2,351 subscribers, so I've gained a lot in the past year alone, and I just wanted to, do some thank yous, shout-outs, and make a few announcements at the end. So, I guess, for starters, I actually have, I should, being the end of the year, I want to kind of clear things up, make sure that I'm starting fresh next year, so I want to actually make a couple apologies, first of all. First of all is on the video Larry Man in the Friggin' Outer Space. I tried looking for this comment that I made, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if somebody deleted their comments from that comment thread, which somehow deleted the whole comment thread or whatever, but it was a part of a ongoing comment thread that was just arguing whether or not VeggieTales in the House was good. And there was this one person in particular. I'm just apologizing to anybody who was involved with that whole comment thread, but one person in particular, Kendall Shikari, I'm sorry if you're watching this, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Kendall C, I'll say that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that again, I don't know what that was. But, yeah, I know, because I noticed after I made my reply, that Kendall stopped replying, and, because he was, I'm assuming that's a he, was just kind of coming back and defending VeggieTales in the House anytime anybody would say something negative about it, and just replying to every single comment. And basically, eventually I just made some reply. I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but it was just very sarcastic and rude, and it was not something I'm very happy with. I mean, I guess it wasn't terrible, but it was definitely incredibly sarcastic and rude, and I do still kind of, stand behind the point I was trying to get across, which was basically just, that different people can have different opinions, and that's okay, and we shouldn't, try to argue that we're right on an opinion of a matter that doesn't change anything at all. But it's just the way that I worded it that just was not the best way of wording it. And not to try to defend that, but to kind of explain why that was because I had kind of come up with that response basically as soon as that comment thread started, and every time I was going to post it, I would just kind of think that, it would kind of start to die down, the arguments, and I just thought, I could just let it be, and then somebody else would come in and make some reply, and then it would start back up, and then I would think that I was going to do it this time, but then I wouldn't, and so it was just kind of building up, and I should have done something about it sooner, just commented, more calmly. And to be fair, again, I'm not trying to defend how I handled it, but I did intend it to be more comedically sarcastic. That's just kind of my sense of humor. But I think it really came off as more just mean, and that was not the intention. So I do, like I said, I wanted to apologize about that. And then also another thing I wanted to apologize about was to ROFL Silvers and Lilliputian07, two YouTubers who were commenting. Well, first of all, ROFL Silvers commented on why does Larry have a shoe on his head, just kind of critiquing it, I guess. And I'm pretty sure that was the first comment I got on that video. And I've come to terms now that it's that's one of my worst. That is my worst video, I think. But at the time, being the first comment I got, that was not really something I wanted to hear. So I should have been more accepting of the criticism, and because I'm always saying that I like to have honest opinions, I like constructive criticism, and I think the YTP community can just be a little too complimentary, at least the YTP community that's subscribed to me anyway. I very rarely get any negative comments, and so I think that's kind of, I just didn't handle it. I didn't take the criticism with the respect that I should have, and I did already apologize in the comment chain it was between ROFL Silvers and Lilliputian07. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I don't know. Either way, they just kind of got into an argument, and eventually I kind of realized that I was siding with Lilliputian07 when I really shouldn't have been, and I'm also, like I said before, I'm apologizing to him as well, because I shouldn't have taken his side. And anyway, I apologized, in that comment thread. That kind of ended the commenting. I don't know if they just, neither one wanted to apologize to the other one, or they didn't take it seriously or whatever. But anyway, the reason why I'm doing it again here is just kind of to show that that wasn't just me trying to end the argument. I was being serious about it. I guess you could kind of, I could see somebody taking this as just kind of me bragging about it, that I would fake humility, I guess. But that's not the point. I'm just trying to make it clear that I was legitimately apologizing. So if you ever see me acting in a way that's like this, just call me out on it, because I don't mean to come across as a jerk or anything like that. I think I can be a little bit, okay, not just a little bit, very defensive sometimes, and just call me out on it, because I don't want to be that type of person. There's already way too much negativity on the internet, and I don't want to add to that. So anyway, now getting on to the thank yous and shoutouts, and I'm combining these together because for some people it really doesn't do me any good to give them a shout out, because they already have way more subscribers than me, and in other cases it's not really a shout out so much as just a thank you, because maybe they don't make any videos, or I haven't watched many of their videos. But I should have got some water. But anyway, and I should also mention that just because I maybe forgot to list some people off, it doesn't mean that I don't care about those people. It's just these were just the names that I thought of, people that I definitely wanted to give a shout out to, the people who are, the most familiar to me. So if I forgot, I'm sorry. And I guess I just, want to give a thank you to all of my subscribers, just in general. But these are just the subscribers specifically that I want to give a specific shout out to, and thank you. So for starters, I want to give a thank you to YoungJ97 for, getting me started in YTPs. I guess I maybe would have eventually gone into YTPs before, or without YoungJ97. And I did technically make a couple YTPs actually, before I started my YTP channel, but I don't know if I would have. That was just kind of the encouragement to make the YTP channel, was because of the Fruity Stories collab. So yeah, if you've never checked out YoungJ97's videos, you really should. He was the original Fruity Stories creator, and yeah, all of his videos are really impressive, really good. Next one, again, like I said, I can't really call this a shout out, but it's a thank you to SonicHaXD for my Q&A that I made, as I think it was my 400 subscriber special. He ended up doing like a response video to my answer to his question, and that ended up getting me. I should have brought up the statistics. Actually, I can do that and just edit out the part where I'm looking it up. So okay, so I got the analytics up now, and I guess after I made my Q&A and then he did his response video to that, I ended up gaining within the next month between the 17th of July, which is when I uploaded the Q&A. I don't remember exactly when he uploaded his response, but it was almost immediately afterwards. So from the 17th of July to the 17th of August, I gained over 700 subscribers. It's 726 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure that a good majority of those came from that video. And actually, I got 43 subscribers in one day, and yeah, so I'm definitely, I wouldn't have anywhere near as many subscribers now if it wasn't for SonicHaXD. And then the next one, again, you know, I should specify, you know, for the thank yous and shoutouts, I didn't actually put these in any real order. I just kind of put them in order of when they came to mind. But like the first three were somewhat intentional. You know, there's some, you know, like Young J97, because he got me started in YTP. SonicHaXD ended up getting, you know, helping me grow my popularity. And this next person, I don't think he'll end up watching this video. I don't know for sure whether or not he will, but I still wanted to say thank you to Emperor Lemon, because he actually subscribed to me a little while ago and liked a couple of my videos, and I'm pretty sure that that's gotten me at least a few subscribers, and some, well, probably more than just a few, but yeah, that's definitely got me some subscribers and some video views. And also, you know, I just, you know, I don't mean to bring this up, you know, as a way of bragging. I think it's cool that, you know, the second most subscribed YouTube pooper subscribed to me. And also, I thought it was kind of funny because, like I was mentioning before, I don't tend to get a whole lot of negativity in my comments, but the first ever negative, like really hate comment I ever got on any one of my videos was on Junior's traumatizing home invasion experience, which was my first YTP. I had already been making YTPs for a little while at this point, but somebody commented saying, what was now? It was, "Y'all ain't serious. This is so dumb. Emperor Lemon makes way better YTPs," or something along those lines. I just basically saying, you know, that my YTPs are terrible compared to Emperor Lemon's, and I just thought that was hilarious that you would take someone's first ever YTP and say that it's not as good as the second most subscribed YTPer's content, and that just kind of seems like a bit of a no-brainer that would happen. But anyway, so yeah, that's, like I said, you know, obviously I can't call that a shout-out for Emperor Lemon, because I'm sure everybody watching this already knows and is probably already subscribed to Emperor Lemon. And, yeah, and I don't even know if he's going to watch this, but he has been watching my YTPs since I've been uploading them and liking them, which is cool. And next group of shout-outs and thank yous are just kind of, you know, in whatever order I could think of when I was writing down who I wanted to give shout-out and thank you to. So the next one is the Computer Nerd 20100, or 2100. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced, but anyway, yeah, he makes really unique YTPs, I guess. Like he'll do VeggieTales YTPs and actually add in like original animation to it, and it, you know, kind of remove the background music, so it kind of gives it this echoey sound. And I don't know if it's intentional, but it comes off as very trippy without being like a whole bunch of like trippy special effects. But it's really kind of cool to watch, especially if you're really familiar with the VeggieTales episode. So yeah, definitely go check out his videos. Next one, I don't even know. I'm going to attempt to pronounce your name. I did a Google search on how to pronounce it, and I know you've said it in one of your videos. I'm still probably, most definitely going to get it wrong, so I apologize in advance, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Jest. It sounds stupid when I say it. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. Is it Jest 100? Oh, Jest 100. I'm just going to call it that for now. Again, I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. I apologize, but anyway, he does reaction videos from time to time. You know, that's how I actually asked him if he would do reactions to some of my videos. You know, not because I wanted to get the popularity or anything from that, because at the time he had way more subscribers than I do, or I did. I think we're about equal at the moment, but yeah, so he agreed to do the reactions, and he makes really good YTPs on his own too. So he's not just a reactor, and he doesn't really even do that much reactions anymore. So definitely, you should definitely check out his stuff. Next one is Axis, and he's been a fan of mine basically from the beginning, and I have to be honest, I haven't watched a ton of his YTPs, but I do still, like I said, it's a shout out and a thank you, so I definitely want to give a thank you to Axis for sticking around even after, he was a part of that comment that I was talking about before on Larry Man in the friggin' outer space, and so the fact that he's still around after that, thank you for sticking around. I still don't understand what you're talking about in your comment on Movie Night with the Princess, though. The fact that you said you didn't like it because it was, what did you say? It was rather messed up, but you said that the dream sequence was the best part, which is the most messed up part in the whole video. So I don't know. I don't get that, but still, that's thank you for sticking around. Next one is WoopDooCrafter. This is another subscriber who's been with me basically since the beginning, and I have watched a number of his YTPs, and he's really good with YTP MVs. So you should check out his stuff if you haven't already. Next one is KingNothing1 Ha. He's still pretty new, and he does Windows Movie Maker YTPs, but he does them well, and I would really recommend checking him out. If I had one piece of advice to give him, or I'll talk directly to you, because I'm assuming you're going to watch this. You tend to watch all my videos, but the one thing that I have noticed is you tend to do a lot of content, and I think you could kind of cut back just a little bit. You wouldn't have to do only one video a month or anything, like what I do, or what I tend to do, but, just cutting back a little bit would be a good idea. It's just in my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, it's just my opinion. Next, I want to thank RyanYTP. It's another example of a subscriber who's been with me basically since the beginning, and he also makes really good YTPs, so I'd recommend checking him out as well. Next person that I have on the list is Dimitri Petrov. I think I'm probably mispronouncing your name again. I'm terrible with names, but you've probably heard of him. He was on Emperor Lemon's Best of 2014 list from last year. I don't think Emperor Lemon hasn't done a best of list for this year. I don't know if he will at this point, but he's really good at making YTPs, and he actually gave me a shout out on Twitter. He doesn't have a ton of Twitter followers, but I've noticed it doesn't matter how many YouTube subscribers you have. Twitter is entirely different. I've seen people with barely any YouTube subscribers who have thousands of Twitter followers, and vice versa. So, but either way, it was a nice thought, and I do really appreciate that. And like I said, he's also very good at YTPs. Next one on the list is Goop Videos, and again, this is just another example of somebody who is very good at YTPs and a really nice person too. He's been subscribed to me for a while, and I've gotten nothing but positivity from him. And you should really check out his stuff because it's really good. Next person is OctoGigas, I believe is how it's pronounced. If you watch the Fruity Stories collab too, you would recognize his video. He did the one that had 300, and I'm pretty sure the prequel to 300. I've never seen either movie, but after watching that YTP, I kind of wanted to. But yeah, he's only done, I think he's done 2 YTPs at this point, and I haven't watched the first one, because I'm pretty sure that was a Little Shop of Horrors YTP, which I haven't seen that movie yet, but if it's half as good as his VeggieTales one, it's really good, and he's a very, very good YouTube pooper, and if he keeps making YTPs, he could easily be #1 subscribed YouTube pooper, in my opinion. At the very least, even if you don't like his videos as much as I do, at the very least you have to agree that they are unique for YTPs. Next person I wanted to give a shout out to is ShazapzTV. Well, I guess in this case it's more of a thank you, because I haven't really watched much of his content, but I wanted to give a thank you to him for being he's been a loyal fan as well, and he has re-uploaded my Hank's Got a Lot of Beers YTP, which is honestly, I think it's one of my best YTPs I've ever made. So, if you don't know, Fox ended up blocking Hank's Got a Lot of Beers worldwide, which is essentially the same as removing it, except that I didn't get a copyright strike. As a response to that, I ended up making the How Fox Reacts to Finding a King of the Hill YTP, which I think, I like the way that turned out. I'm kind of almost glad that they did end up blocking it, but anyway, so ShazapzTV ended up re-uploading it. You can always, if you haven't seen it yet, you can check it out there. And so yes, just thank you to ShazapzTV for doing that. And like I said, I haven't really seen much of his content, so I can't really make an argument of whether or not it's good, but you can check that out as well. Next one I wanted to give a shout out to is VideoBagel. I think we're about equal with subscriber count, I think. But anyway, he makes really good YTPs, and I haven't, to be honest, I haven't really watched a whole lot of them, but from what I have seen, they're really good, and I would really recommend checking them out. Next, I want to give a shout out to YetiSpoon, and he only has, I think, 3 videos up at this point, and he only started, I think, a month? No, it's been a little more than a month ago. A couple months, but he's really good at YTPs. It's been like a month, I think, since his last YTP. Or no, maybe it's been even longer than that. I think it was Halloween or the day after Halloween that his most recent YTP was. But anyway, he makes really good YTPs, from what I've seen anyway. And then this next YouTuber, I don't even think he makes YTPs, but I did want to give a thank you to HammerMan. You know, if you watched my Zelda CDI Revisited, you know, he was the comment that Guanum was reading at the beginning. And yeah, so he's been, you know, a faithful fan for quite a while. I've seen his comments on a lot of my videos, and that comment that he left wasn't the reason why he made the CDI YTP, but it was definitely the inspiration I needed to make one when I did. So anyway, these next two are YTPers that are, I think, very underrated. So first one is PrinceOfAllToasters, and he only has 3 videos at this point, but they're all well, actually, I guess the third one is just a mini one, but the first 2 were really good. He made like a Hotel Mario Maker YTP, and that's really good. If you haven't seen that, you should really go check that out. And then the last YouTuber I want to give a shout out to is, his name is just William_, and I don't even think he has 1,000 subscribers at this point, but he is one of the few YTPers I know of who can actually poop a source that I'm entirely unfamiliar with and still make it entertaining to watch. And then I guess is just another one I forgot to write down, but I just kind of remembered as I was going through the shoutouts. Another YouTuber that you should really look up if you haven't already, YouTube pooper, Lulu Luvscats. And I found out about her channel because she had commented on my channel after I had made my Zelda CDI Revisited. And if you go to her channel, you'll see she does a lot of CDI YTPs, but she does them really well and proves that you can still make good CDI YTPs. And then another person, I can't really call it a shout out, but I want to kind of bring up is Josiah Clark. He is a movie and game reviewer. He's fairly new to it. I mean, I think he's been doing it for a while now, but he's just now starting to pick up popularity. And, you know, I'd be lying if I said that he was amazing, but he's definitely got really good potential, and I think you should really check out his videos if you haven't already. And, you know, since he's kind of new to it, he's still, you know, he'll interact with his fans and reply to comments and stuff like that. So, yeah, he's someone I would really recommend checking out. And to end this, I want to kind of just give a couple brief announcements. You know, well, for starters, this is supposed to be a New Year video, so I guess I think I forgot to say Happy New Year at the beginning of this video. So Happy New Year, I'll say it again at the end. But the reason why I'm gonna be uploading this either the 30th or like very early in the day on the 31st, and that's because I want to try to do a collab announcement on the 1st, and that's why this isn't going up, you know, on January 1st. This, you know, even though this is technically a Happy New Year video, and then. Of course, you know, I'm going to try to have my Q&A up on the 5th, you know, because the 5th is my birthday, my 22nd birthday, and I'm just kind of saying that now, just in case, you know, anybody didn't, you know, saw the Q&A announcement but didn't actually watch it and was wondering when that was gonna happen. So yeah, I want to try to do that. Also, in that video, I asked, you know, if you guys think that I should keep the theme, you know, I used a clip from 1 year of Source's YTPMV at the very beginning, saying that it was a 2,000 subscriber special. You know, just kind of asked you guys if I should keep that in all my YTPs or just use it for like subscriber specials, and it seemed pretty mixed. So I think I'm going to just keep it for subscriber specials, but I'll also use it for just other special videos in general, like the Christmas Eve in Hyrule. If that one wasn't such a unique YTP, I really tried to make that a very story-driven YTP, and it also was the first YTP I ever made that didn't have Michael Rosen. It was the first YTP since Junior's Traumatizing Home Invasion Experience that didn't use the Gaslamp Funworks for the credit music. It was just a very unique YTP. If it would have been more like a basic YTP, a typical YTP for me, I would have probably used the 1 year of sources, YTPMV, as a theme, since that was a Christmas special. And so for YTP specials, I think I'm going to use that 1 year of sources, because I really don't want it to get too overused, because I think that might just be my favorite video I've made, and I really don't want it to get old and annoying. And then the last two things I'm going to say, there are going to be questions. I want you guys to, give me your answer in the comments. One of them being, would you guys be interested in seeing me do a tutorial for YTPs? And I guess actually I should specify, it wouldn't exactly be a tutorial. I kind of have an idea of what I would want to do if you guys are interested in seeing it. I think it would be, I would do it more kind of along the lines of like a Q&A, like just make an announcement video having you guys ask, what have I done, or what do I do in my YTPs that you guys want to know how it's done. So it wouldn't be like a how-to. It would just be more like a tricks and tips, because I'm sure that there are, everything that I'm doing, I'm sure somebody out there can do it way better and way easier. And so I don't want to call it a tutorial, but it would be kind of along those lines. So if you guys would be interested in seeing that, just let me know, and I will try to make it happen sometime. And then the last thing I wanted to ask is, would you guys be interested in listening to I don't know if I do it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, but just like a podcast, like set on a schedule? Because I went to see Force Awakens with my younger brother Logan, a guy that loves pooping. We went over the weekend, and we were just talking on the ride down, and I kind of realized that I think we could do a sort of podcast type thing where we're just talking about, don't have a specific subject, but just start on like a YTP related topic and just kind of talk and just kind of hang out for, I don't know, maybe half hour, an hour, something like that, however long we would end up doing it. Would you guys be interested in listening to something like that? Because I haven't even gotten the approval of Logan yet at this point. I don't know if he would really even want to do that. And if he wouldn't, I guess I could always just do a podcast by myself. I just think it'd be so much more interesting if it was just me and him hanging out, because we just, when we're just talking without having things planned out, we tend to just say the weirdest things that I don't know if they're really that funny, or if they would come across as that funny, but they're always funny when we're doing it, and saying things that I wouldn't normally do in a YTP, stuff. I wouldn't plan it out. Some very interesting stuff, I guess, for lack of a better term. So, if you can just let me know the answer to those questions below. And, I'll like I said, I'll try to get my Q&A done on the 5th. I'll probably have a collab announcement tomorrow, or, January 1st, whenever I end up getting this uploaded. Maybe I'll even upload this earlier, but, so, Happy New Year, and hopefully 2016 will be even better than 2015. Or even if it's half as good, it'll still be twice as good as I could have ever asked for. So, thank you, and see you next time.